So this is question 22, and the directions just say to simplify each expression. So you just want to get this into a single trig ratio. So first thing I might recommend is what does cosecant equal and what does secant equal? So if you remember, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So we can write that as 1 over sine x. And then secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So we can write that as 1 over cosine x. And there's a multiplication sign between them. And then remember, tangent is the same as sine x over cosine x. So just like we talked about in class, if you can write your trig expression entirely in sines and cosines, sometimes that makes it easier to simplify. Okay, so from this point, you've got to figure out, all right, where do I go next? I notice that we could make our two fractions have the same denominator just by multiplying the second fraction by sine x over sine x. And then they would both have the exact same denominator, sine x, cosine x. So if we simplify this fraction over here, we have in our numerators two signs. So sine x times sine x is sine squared x. The denominator is just cosine x, sine x. And then over here, we have 1 times 1, right here. 1 times 1 is 1. And then we have sine x, cosine x. And at this point, you can subtract your two fractions. So if you want to subtract your two fractions, all you have to do is write your new fraction line. And in your numerator would be 1 minus sine squared x. In your denominator, it's just very simply sine x cosine x. So I'm going to suggest from this point, you look at page 313 to figure out what is a simpler way to write your numerator. What does 1 minus sine squared x equal? You're going to get a nice simpler expression for that, and then see how that can simplify with your denominator, which is sine x cosine x. Oops, I guess I'm... All right, so good luck with that, trying to finish, and you should just get a single trig expression.